Here are 5 things you need to know about Eula. Disclaimer: this video is made with leaked information on 1.5 official livestream and Honey Hunter website. Links are in the description box below. Enjoy the video, guys! First, Eula is a much more versatile and better version of Razor in a nutshell. She shares quite a similar playstyle with Razor. Her E grants her some sort of stack which can be released by using her E hold, similar to Razor. Her Elemental Burst with 80 cost also resets her E cooldown, making her attack combo pretty much similar with Razor. However, coming out as a 5-star character, Eula offers a much more versatile role in the team than Razor. Which comes to our second point. Eula can be played as a sub DPS or a secondary DPS just like Childe. Unlike Razor, who needs to have a really long uptime on field, Eula's burst uptime is only 7 seconds. So you can do anything you want during that downtime, and one of the options is changing to another DPS character such as Razor or Diluc. While playing Eula like Childe, which lets her on the field only for her burst or E combos, her DPS potential is comparable to Childe and Hu Tao, while their E is active, which is really good. Her burst potential is really high, but with a caveat. Eula has a really massive elemental burst potential, but you can't really maximize her stacks with just normal setup. Her burst has a maximum of 30 stacks at max to show her full burst potential, but she only has 7 seconds to get all of those stacks. Without any attack speed boost and her C6, Eula can only gather around 10 stacks or so in that 7 seconds window of her burst before her elemental burst bursts. Eula's main DPS potential is really great. Eula has a really high base attack, just under Xiao at 342 base attack at level 90. Her DPS modifier is also high, thus she has a really high main DPS potential. Her DPS potential is comparable to other top-tier DPS such as Gan Yu, Klee, or Diluc. She has promising constellations. She also has really good combination of constellations that synergize well with each other, as well as her passive skills. Her C2 reduces her E hold cooldown to be the same as her E tap cooldown, which means her C1 uptime increases from 12-second uptime in 18 seconds into 100% uptime, increasing her DPS by more than 20%. Her C3 not only increases her elemental burst damage, it also synergizes with her Ascension 2 passive and her C2, making her E combo's DPS even better. Last but not least, her C6 makes her has a chance to unleash her elemental burst full potential. With her C6, Eula's DPS is more than 70% better than her C0. She can also be built as a cryo damage dealer with Chongyun's help. 70% of Eula's damage is physical and only 30% of her damage inflicts cryo damage to the enemies. But with the help of Chongyun, 35% of her damage from normal attack can be infused with cryo, making 65% of her total DPS become cryo damage. Although building her as a cryo damage dealer is not really recommended, and her potential DPS is only around 80% of her physical build, it is still pretty nice to know that she can be built as other type of DPS, not just as a physical carry. Do take note that 4-set Blizzard Strayer cannot be fully utilized, as the Claymore hit will shatter frozen enemies. All in all, Eula is one of the best new characters that has been released and is really worth pulling. She can be one of the best main DPS in the game. As a secondary DPS like Childe or Hu Tao, she can also be a great unit, especially if her ult is activated. She has some potential to be a support to reduce physical and cryo resistance, but using her that way really undervalues her true potential. That's it for this video, and see you guys in the next one.